Pikmin 1 is a game that involves using these little guys known as Pikmin to help the main character, Captain Olimar, carry ship parts back to his ship so that he can get back home to see his family. You go around breaking down walls, building bridges, and killing enemies in order to get these parts. So, what if we were to make one of these a lot more complicated? These are yellow Pikmin, and they are very special for this challenge. They can be thrown high and carry bombs. The second part is what's important for the challenge here. Normally in the game, there aren't too many enemies that actually require these bombs to beat them. Technically there are no enemies, but they do help a lot, especially for the boss. So yeah. Hello everyone, I'm Day, and today I'm going to showcase the hours of agony, blood, sweat, and tears that I had to endure just for this challenge. The footage used here was streamed live on my Twitch, link below, where I also stream many different games that I just feel like playing. Before we get started, we need to establish the rules, which are as follows. Number 1, enemies can only be killed with bombs. Number 2, day resets are allowed for sanity purposes. And number 3, secret game mechanics that can kill enemies are allowed to happen if not done purposefully. Okay? Okay. With all of that out of the way, let us go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're actually going to skip past the very first day as it's just a tutorial, and also because I kind of forgot to actually record it. But we got the engine, and yeah! No bombs required because there are no enemies, and also you don't get yellows to the second day. So now we can fully begin the challenge for real. But first, we would have to get the yellows to really, truly begin the challenge. So we burst down a wall, avoid some guys, burst down a second wall, avoid more guys, and bada bing, a bada boom, yellow Pikmin. These boyos, of course, will be our main attack force thanks to our focal point, the bombs. Oh yeah, we did almost fail the challenge immediately, but I technically didn't kill the enemy, so it's fine. I'm fine. Anyway, pretty much all of the second day is just building up our yellow numbers since they are, again, our main attack force. And yeah, that's pretty much just all of the second day. On this day, we get to what quickly became one of the most annoying enemies to deal with in this entire run. Sheer grubs. There is a large amount of reasons why these guys are annoying, and the two biggest ones is that they are small and very weak. They literally die to basically one attack from a Pikmin. I also bring all this up because the sheer grubs are one of the enemies that will constantly be ending our runs, as seen here, where they die by non-bomb means. As I said, one attack. So, we're gonna have to reset the day for the first time. At least we managed to clean things up the next try. And still no new part added on. Don't worry, tomorrow for sure. And I kept my word, as we acquire the Nova Blaster, blow up a Bulborb, and once again have this try ruined by sheer grubs. Okay, second try. Gun, blow up the sheer grubs, break down a wall, blow up the Bulborb. Now we can get more parts, and more parts we do in fact get. Extraordinary bolts, whimsical radar, eternal fuel dynamo, and the shock absorber. See? I do know what I'm doing. With that and some more Pikmin numbers up, we end the day to then unlock. Our first goal today is to get blue Pikmin and get jumped by a bread bug. Well, anyway, we make our way around the area, get one of the jets, and then have to break down a wall because the guys can't reroute to go down a small ledge. Well. We also blow up several walls, and oh hey, the bread bug!
Blows up pancakes with mine.
My fucking pain.
We get both the #1 Ionium jet and the space float, ending the day on another high note. But unfortunately, future parts in the naval will cause massive amounts of problems. On this day, we build some bridges, avoid some blow-hogs, and collect the gravity jumper. I should also mention that this area introduces us to Wally Hops and Shearwigs. Trust me, they may not seem like much now, but the Shearwigs will provide some of the most annoyances of the run. Anyway, we also get the automatic gear and end the day. We head back to the Forest of Hope to collect more of the parts. Firstly, get our blue boys on one of the bridges in the back, then collect our yellows to blow up more enemies, including some sheer grubs. Then we get our yellows to start work on this bridge. And as more sheer grubs come to eat the bridge, I decide to recall my Pikmin. Well, I guess I do increase the blue numbers a bit since I'll need them for some parts of the water. I then push a bots and get the blues to break down both of the walls near the cannon beetle before having the day end. This is editing day here. I realize I did not actually break down the second wall. I was kind of close, but I did not actually break the second wall. I don't know why I thought that I did, and even in the scripting process. I don't know. I guess I was just tired. The day opens with our usual romp of going around and blowing up some enemies. Then building the bridge again and missing a bomb throw on sheer grubs who then begin to undo the progress. Although one of them pushes the other into the water and they are deathly allergic, so
I am under the water. Please help me.
It then takes us about 3 more tries to actually blow up the other 2 because my aim is incredible. Well, anyway, we got the Sagittarius, so that's cool. And then by abusing how the camera works with enemies, we managed to get the radiation canopy away from the cannon beetle without engaging with the beast. Mainly because it's kind of impossible to kill one of these guys. We also managed to unlock the next area, the Distant Spring. And man, I gotta say, it's been really fun being able to do all this, and I'm hoping that our luck does not run out.
Foreshadowing.
Going back to try and clean up the forest, we go and get a lone yellow that happens to be in the beetle arena. Then we get our yellows, some bombs, and bring them to the ledge here to face off against the Snagrit. We then encounter the Snagrits, and then after doing not too much of damage, I decide to leave. Alright, so we go back to the impact site, and on this day we encounter the Gulix, which we don't have to fight, so we just move on past him and blow up the wall to access the Clamp Lake. And despite how many times I've tried this, I couldn't manage to get the yellows over to the little island in the middle. Now I know it's possible because there is a way to throw Pikmin further by running and throwing. But also, it's kind of easier to make the throws on the Wii, and unfortunately, I was playing on my Wildian GameCube. So we go to the Forest Naval! While going here, we grab our blue boyos, go to the anti-dioxin filter, and try to get it past some enemies. Luckily, we got it with only about 6 casualties thanks to a Wally Hop. Then we grab our yellows and some bombs and go to the Puff Stool arena. Oh, that's not good. I need to look something up. So apparently bombs can be used and do about 25% of its health. We then go to break down a wall next to the BD arena, then kill a sheer grub. Well, at least we can make it to a new area, so without the wants to do other options, we head off to the Distant Spring. With landing here, I knew things were going to be tough. This is the hardest area of the game, and it will show in due time. We take our blues and nab the repair type bolt. While doing so, I started to look around and remembered this section where our bombs are. That's when I remembered something. Most of our bombs are going to be hard to get to. Over on this secluded land is a spot, and there is a bridge we can build to connect it to where our base is. Aside from here, there is another bomb location that is stuck behind a sleeping bull bear near base. And the only other one is on the other half of the map with a whole smorgasbord of enemies and walls between us and that. We then begin to build the bridge as I attempt to distract the other shearwigs, which ends as poorly as one may expect. So instead, I take the survivors, get the dead shearwigs, and then have another one get killed. While things aren't exactly going well, I thought about the other bomb locations. So we take a few yellows and head over, and sure enough, we can get them behind the skull here and then have them collect the bombs. We can then use them to kill the bull bear. Right, higher health pool. I kind of forgot about that. Well, it's alright. We can get more yellows to get more bombs. Then we can kill... Okay, never mind. Bombs only really count if they are close enough, and also sometimes they may just not work. I don't know. It's just... the game is weird sometimes. So once again, we redo day 9, this time having a more successful time at getting rid of the bull bear. We also are able to recollect the repair type bolts and then go back to where the bombs were. Oh yeah, this guy existing is kind of a problem. But keep these guys in mind, there's actually something neat about them that will show up soon enough. But for now, the snitch bug will be causing issues and taking our guys while we continue here. Anyway, the point here is to open up the way to the other half of the distant spring, which we do by avoiding another cannon beetle and breaking down a wall. And funny enough, the snitch bug has some silly moments here by tossing Pikmin into the wall, meaning that they don't actually get planted. But now that we have access over here, we can finally access the bomb rocks back here and proceed to go where the dark wall is and find out that there was in fact a shortcut this whole time. Well, anyway, we managed to burst down a wall and then have the snitch bug come back once again with a vengeance, at least until... That's right, snitch bugs can't die from bombs by throwing the Pikmin carrying the bomb on the ground. While this does kill the Pikmin as well, the fact that it gets rid of the bug is well worth it, and is still within the realm of the challenge since it is the bomb itself doing the killing. Thank you for your service, dear friend. You will be missed. On a brighter note, we have finally made it through day 9. So now we are able to continue on and get the last remaining ship parts. So on this day, I set my sights on the massage machine. Taking a yellow Pikmin for a swim, we are able to get to the bomb rocks over here to try and take care of the shearwigs. One of them even gets caught in a loop for a bit, going from one side to the other. After taking care of them, we are able to finally work on the bridge. And by using my expert skills of BS game oversight, we are able to get the part to the ship. We then spend the rest of the day figuring out ideas on how we can get the parts on the other half of the map. We also get another snitch bug kill. We get yellows with bombs to break down the other wall over by where 2 other parts are. Then, after the cost of a lot of lives, we get the last nearby bull bear. Then we gather more bombs and kill more bull bears to open up more space so we can get to the nearby parts. We sort of cheese this by tossing our yellows onto a higher ledge before going around, and also so I don't have to kill the other bull bear for now. Unfortunately, there is a puffy blowhog here to blow around our boyos. One of them even lands all the way up here. We then grab the UV lamp and end the day. So we bring blues to try to build the bridge as best as we can despite the sheer weights. And as expected, we accidentally kill one and have to restart. We then go with the plan of going for the wall to get around while also opening up another path to a part. And forgetting to take care of the Wally Hops, so they kind of get free pickings at crushing our guys. Restarting the day just to better think about this, and then taking our yellows to deal with the situation. We blow up the yellow Wally Hops one by one, then get our blues to work on the wall, and also take back the bodies for their numbers. Then we try to get our yellows across and don't manage to do so. We end the day here after plucking Pikmin. Okay, so I have a confession to make. This day was my breaking point. We had to restart 3 to 4 times, each one because of sheer weights. And in the end, I ended up breaking the 3rd ruling, as this was 100% done purposefully. I apologize. I just want to at least explain what we could have done. We could have actually taken care of these guys by tossing our bomb yellows across the stream with a running throw, and then over this little ledge of the stump in order to get to the side where the shurigens are, and then be able to blow them up. We do at least get our blues on the bridge and then collect the gluon drive, the zirconium rotor, and the pilot seat. We then try to blow up some other enemies, but unfortunately don't have as good of luck here, so we'll have to continue the next day. So on this day, we attempt to do an exploit involving a mechanic where Olimar lies down. I won't go into detail on how this works. There are people that explain this in far better detail than I can. Let's just say that it's just a kind of silly way things work with object overlap. Doesn't matter, as we aren't able to get the exploit to work, and I just kind of give up and leave the distance spring for now and retry the day at other places to get better results. So we tried the impact site a few times and unfortunately couldn't get the bombs over to the middle island in Clam Lake, so best try somewhere else again. Next, we head over to the Forest Naval, we take our blues to build some bridges, and then go towards the large lake where the Wally Hops are and try to nab the anti-dioxide filter again, which is easier said than done as we end up having our blues caught up and attacked by fire red blowhogs. Restarting the day here, we have better luck with getting the part back to base. We then take our yellows with bombs to take care of the enemies near the lake, and then get all types of Pikmin to head over to the parts past some fire guys. We built this bridge up here and are able to bring down the Libra to the bottom layer right in time for the day to be up. We use this day to go ahead and get these 2 parts, the Libra and the analog computer. Then we attempt to kill the puff stool again, but still don't get it down, and, well, at this point, I just kinda threw in the towel. So, unfortunately, we were unable to fully complete the challenge. It's a shame that we got this far and were unable to do so, but yeah. I did some calculations, and it did seem like that we probably would have been able to have gotten at least 4 more parts. It's just that there were 3 guaranteed that we were unable to get. Mainly because those 3 were stuck in bosses that we could not kill with bombs, either being too high or being the armor cannon beetle. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Not every challenge is going to be a winner. Granted, maybe something could have been done if I actually broke out some glitches and whatnot, but I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's fine. I would love to see any type of thing that can be done to, well, get any of these 3 remaining parts. I mean, heck, the cannon beetle might be possible. That one is probably still out of the air. I just didn't want to try it. As I stated, this is all recorded on my Twitch, where I play a variety of games, mainly just dependent on whatever my mood is. So, if you decide to stop around, well, I'd be happy to welcome you. I'm a small creator, and still trying to get my footing, but I believe that these types of video essays might be at least something that I want to keep doing in the future. That being said, I've been Day. Thanks for watching and sticking to the end. Usual YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. Well, I got nothing else to say, but see you later.